It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's Friday, June the 9th, 2023. This is the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies. And we have a special guest with us this morning, Mr. Tobias Pugsley.
Gentlemen, how are we doing? It's been way too long.
It has.
Man, I tell you, I missed you.
And I miss y'all too. How's everything been going?
It's rainy.
Yeah, I brought the rain with me today.
You did?
Yeah.
We needed it.
Yeah, my wife is excited. She doesn't have to water the garden.
Oh, probably the first time in, what, a month?
Yeah.
A couple months ago, you wouldn't think, we'd be worried about rain because we had all that rain early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're kind of begging for scraps here.
Man, I'm not. You'll never hear me beg for rain. I'll be excited when we get it, but I'm not begging for it.
Yeah, we needed it. We started to
you're
get
right.
dry.
It's time for things to get a little bit damper. Scooter, what you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Work.
How's that honeydew list coming?
It'll be forever going. What are you talking about? It never ends.
Yeah.
Why does it always seem when you knock one off, 3 more things replace it?
Oh, yeah.
Does yours work like that?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Guys, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm scared to finish one because I'm going to have more on my list when I started, but kind of how it goes.
You notice that I'm not saying a whole lot because I'm a lot smarter than both of you guys. I know better than sit on television and talk about my wife's honeydew list. Oh, well, I'll fix him.
It's coming either way, so oh well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Any off-season going on with you guys?
We're going to be doing some little bit of off-season strength training, and that's about it on the wrestling side. We want everybody kind of take a break, walk away from it. I know they've got a few camps that some of them are going to here and there, some small camps, but this is the time of year where you just need to keep a little conditioning, work on some strength, and kind of walk away from the sport a little bit so you don't
stay
get burned
focused
out.
on being a kid a little bit.
Yep.
Have you visited the wrestling camp that's going on this week?
I have not been over there at all this week. Nope.
Tobias, do you get anything that looks like an off-season?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny, we used to call June the Cheetos and Couch month because as an athlete, that was kind of the only month you could lay around and do that. But yeah, no, I get a little bit of an off season, with the kids out of school and try to spend a little bit more time, taking them to do various things. But, it's amazing. The older they get, the busier their summers get. I mean, their summers are more booked. I think we looked at Dylan's schedule, and I think he has 2 weeks this summer where he's not doing something 1 week. And it's nuts, man. These kids go 100 miles an hour. So I just try to keep up with them mostly.
We'll visit a little bit more about what's going on in your professional life here after the break. But right now, it's time for the morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations to serve you, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, it's not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff do a wonderful job with you in your time of need and sorrow. Roller Funeral Home. Tobias, would you do the honors of the morning prayer?
Absolutely. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so thankful, Lord, for all the many blessings you've poured out on this wonderful community that we live in, Lord. We just pray that you watch over us and that you continue to bless our community and continue to help us do the things that we need to do, Lord, to glorify you and your kingdom. We love you and praise you. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. Now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the lake levels, dam reports, and the weather. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. If you go there, click on live views, this is what you get to see. It's a pretty good looking shot for the rain.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Man, what a view. That's
It's a
beautiful.
great shot from the Marion County side of the White River. Back in the Baxter County side, it's the city of Cotter. The Rainbow Bridge is over to your left, backed up by the Trellis Bridge. Over to your right would be Contractors Trust and the Railroad Depot. It's just a beautiful shot of the downtown portion of Cotter. That's the baseball field there. The Railroad Museum is down in there. And now the trees are all grown up. You can't see everything that's down there.
No.
But if you look way off in the distance, that is the state of Missouri. Mountain Home would be way off to your right. Bull Shoals would be way off to your left. Go to my next shot. Well, that's not my next shot, but it works.
Pretty too. I used to tease Bob I was going to climb up there one day when y'all do this and photobomb when you're in the
Oh, that
middle of
would
it.
be great. That would be great.
You can tell it's a live shot because you can see the ripples in the water. It's just a beautiful shot of the White River, brought to you each morning by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team. Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Give them a call. Go to their website, retiredarkansas.net. Click on MLS listing. See what's available in our area. If you see something that tickles your fancy, you might give them a call right away because, believe it or not, things are still moving quickly around here. I think he said the other day the average day on market is 66.
Something like that, yeah.
It's crazy. Let's take a look at some temperatures while that scrolls through. Currently in Mountain Home at 63, Harrison is 66, Batesville 64, Yellville 62, Marshall 68. Salem is 64 with Mountain View being 68. Calico Rock is at 63. West Plains, Missouri is at 64. Springfield, Missouri is 62. Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 65. And St. Louis, Missouri is way down chilly at 47. Take a look at the radar as we get her scrolled on out here a little bit. As you can see, we've got some rain that has come through Arkansas, and it's going to be moved out of here probably around 1 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock it's got a slight chance to come back. We'll let the radar catch up with us here. Yeah, because I guarantee you it's not all clear. It's like
No, it doesn't look like that.
No, not quite
It's
that
not
clear.
wanting to catch up, though.
No, it's sure not.
Not anytime soon.
She's kind of stalled out on a scooter.
Go ahead and zoom into Arkansas.
There we go. That finally caught up. As you can see, up in Washington, Oregon, we got some rain spinning out up there. New York has got some. Maine has got a little bit of action going on offshore. We'll zoom back into the state of Arkansas so we can get caught back up here. The heaviest portion of the rain that we're going to get is probably going to be passed out of here around 10 o'clock this morning. According to the radar, it says around 8, but there's a little bit that'll come back around 2:30, and then be done sometime around 6 this evening. But this is Arkansas, so that is subject to change.
Is any of that stuff from the north from any of the smoke? All them fires up in Canada. I noticed there was some
let's
stuff
look
up
at that.
north there that's pretty wild. Seems like it's all kind of centralized in that north.
Yep, in this area up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of that's coming down to here.
No, but what we're talking about is all the wildfires going on. So a
Yeah.
lot of that, what you're seeing showing up looking like rain, could be that smoke. I spoke with a friend of mine up in Grand Prairie, Alberta yesterday, and he said, "Oh yeah, man, there's lots of smoke up here too."
Oh man.
And all the fires are here. They had some fires over here. They lost 16,000 acres.
Oh.
So kind of wild. Let's see here. Let's watches and warnings. This is what will tell us how bad the smoke is. The air quality report. All this right here, that's air quality report. Pretty bad when it comes in from Canada and hits that pretty hard right there. Scooter, to help me out, what is this up here?
That is flood watch.
Flood watch. By golly, Montana's got a big old flood watch. As far as Arkansas goes, with watches and warnings, you're not seeing a whole lot. I think there's a little bit of flood action going on right there at the corner of Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Other than that, the state of Arkansas is pretty clear. 7-day forecast. Today, showers likely and then sunny. 81 degrees, partly cloudy, and slight chance of thunderstorms this evening, low 62. Tomorrow, Saturday, chance of storms at 50%. High near 84, chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night, low 65. Sunday, Chance of thunderstorms, 84 will be the high. Partly cloudy Sunday night, low 58. Monday, high near 80. Monday night, partly cloudy, low 56. Tuesday, slight chance of thunderstorms, high near 80. Get in the first part of next week. Low Tuesday night will be around 60. Wednesday, high around 84. And Thursday, high near 86. Pollen count. Tree pollen is low today, none tomorrow, none on Sunday. Grass pollen is moderate today, high tomorrow, high on Sunday. And ragweed has made it up to moderate. So Sneeze City is almost here. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk, 557.42, which is 5.42 above full pool. They currently are not generating. Lake Bull Shoals. Computers are slow today, Scooter.
Yeah,
it's Friday. I think you're on.
Yeah, it's already went to sleep.
Lake level at Bull Shoals, 661.66, which is 2.66 above full pool of 659. They currently have 2 generators running at this time.
Scroll down real quick and you kind of get a better idea. This was updated yesterday. It gets updated about 9 o'clock on Thursday, and you can kind of see the drought monitor and how dry it's been on the top half of the state.
All of the northern half of Arkansas is abnormally dry, but that should be cured today.
Hopefully. A lot of it will be.
Yep, abnormally dry. That is the lake levels, dam reports, and all the weather brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. These are folks you can recommend to your friends. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the Morning Show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse. Mower Warehouse Mountain Home is located about a quarter mile off the bypass on the right-hand side of the road. If you're headed to the east, you know you're there when you see the mowers in the air.
Sure.
There's you ever heard that slogan before?
I like it though.
Have you ever been out there?
You like it?
I don't think so.
Mower Warehouse, it's at the corner, kind of at the corner of Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road and Highway 178 East. They are the local dealer for Ferris mowers.
Oh, that's a good mower.
Ferris mower is the one with the
coil springs.
Cool coil spring suspension.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool because nobody else has got the springs in the front.
No, it is. And it's cool how it works. You need to go out there and take a look at one.
They will service about anything that you can get over to them. And if you're having a hard time getting your mower started to get it loaded up on the trailer, I'm pretty sure they'll come out and see you.
Give them a call. They'll take care of you on parts, everything. And right now they've got the rebate program's going on till the end of this month is it. And you can save like up to $500 on a mower. It's a great deal.
Pretty good deal. Let's get down here to some business, Scooter. One I want to talk about real quick and right away is the Little Bomb Squad. Little Bomb Squad has got an opportunity to go to Australia to compete on a much larger level. They are having a spaghetti dinner at the shed. The cost is $15 per ticket. They're also doing basket bingo. It's June the 15th at 5:30. Join them for spaghetti dinner and your opportunity to play basket bingo. I've never played basket bingo before.
Me neither.
I'm not going to be in town for that, but you can get more information by calling Brittany at 870-676-8241. Give her a call. She'll be glad to talk to you about that. Little Bomb Squad, they're taking 4 students, 4 mentors, and 8 adults down there to go compete down in Australia. You ever been to Australia?
I have not.
I think it'd be a good time. We ought to plan that sometime.
It's pretty neat that kids from around this area getting to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy, the opportunities that these kids have. Hill and Holler Quilting Guild, the Guilters Mingle, open to the public. Come and learn what guild membership has to offer to you. That's Friday the 16th of June at from 1 to 3, displays, demonstrations, refreshments, door prizes at the Donald W. Reynolds Library at 300 Library Hill. No admission fee. For more information, go to hillandhollerquilters.com and get the information you need to attend to that. Tobias, we've been talking about this kick cancer in the bass. Can you talk about that on the Baxter Health side?
You know, there's a lot of fun events that we do over at Baxter Health, but one of my very favorite things is the bass tournament. A couple years ago, my dad and I got a chance to fish in that together. Last year we had a conflict and actually had to be out of town. But looking forward this year to be back. I believe it's November 4th. It's $250 for a two-person team, and it's going to be at the Bull Shoals Lake Boat Dock. It's going to be a great time. It's just neat, you know. Good chance you'll probably know somebody there, and it's fun. We get a little competitive and we talk a little trash, but at the end we have a good time. It's all for a good cause. All the great things that Pyatt's Cancer Support House does, is all the money they raise for that event goes to support those things. And now with the Highland Oncology Partnership now open, you know, it's going to give them even more opportunities to reach people with those some of the free cancer support items that they have. So the more they have to work with, the more patients they'll be able to help. So we just appreciate everybody that has participated, and those that want to, please sign up. You can go to baxterhealth.org. Just go to the calendar there. You can call the Pyatt's Cancer Support House and talk to Melissa, 870-508-2273. She'll get y'all hooked up.
Sponsorship deadline is tomorrow.
Yep.
If you want to be a sponsor from anywhere from a $5,000 down to a $100 sponsor, give Melissa a call and let her know that you want to participate in that. So, Scooter, you got anything else?
No, I think we're about out of time.
That's it. We're about out of time, so we're going to be back in just a moment. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Peachy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Things good.
She told me I couldn't use peachy anymore, so I've been using pineapple. How you doing? I'm just pineapple.
Just pineapple.
Yeah, just as good as peachy, I guess.
Well, pineapple's,
a little
prickly.
Prickly. I was thinking that actually, a little peach fuzz that you would get in your thing. But anyway, that could be me sometimes too.
There you go. There you go. Things haven't really slowed down in the real estate world.
No, not really, Bob. I mean, houses that are priced well, presented well, ready to go, are going. I mean, they're on for a day, two, multiple offers. We'll call on the house, say, I got somebody who wants to see this. Well, I got an offer and some of them are taking backups. So things are still, I mean, it's the area we live in. This is where people want to be. Especially now coming into summer, we're going to get the kids are getting out of school. They're out of school here, but they're getting out of school in other places. Parents are coming down. Different events that go on within the town, brings a lot of tourists here. And those tourists come, they spend money, they help all the local businesses when they're here. And even if they don't directly affect a business, that business gets helped by the money that's being spent at another business. They spend their money there. So people that are coming here, they go, this place is pretty nice. Beats that place where I'm at now. And, they'll start to investigate, how is the schools, how are the hospitals? And we've got three things that most towns that some towns 3 times their size don't have one of between them: the school system, the hospital, the library, the university.
Yeah, let's not talk about the lakes and the rivers.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's all, the bundle is here.
Infrastructure.
I mean, they come, there's no potholes. People think there's potholes, but go other places, there's no potholes. And
we have potholes. Other places have craters.
That could be it. Yeah, there isn't a lot of driving on the moon here, know, and that happens. I've gone up to Illinois to see Mom, and as soon as you get over that bridge on 44 and you get into Illinois, and it's like what the? Your tax dollars at work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So people want to come. And they're online. They're looking. The pictures tell it. Picture tells 1,000 words, and they really do.
Are you seeing where people are buying secondary homes or primary residence?
We're seeing a lot of primaries now. Before we were getting more vacationers. That would come and they were buying something that they could come and visit and thinking they could VRBO it, maybe when they're not in it. But we're seeing people that are coming here to live here. And that's a good thing. You're selling houses in Southern Meadows isn't the same as selling a house in Cotter on the river. Although people are buying those for themselves as well. Like those that are more the retirees that are going to move here, they may spend a little bit more and be looking for something a little different than just a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, something with the kids. Or even if they have retired and they just want to be in the neighborhood, people looking to downsize a little bit, people that have been, we were in a home the other day and she just can't keep it up. Husband passed a little while ago and, the kids don't come to visit like they used to. And that's a pretty common thread that we run into. My brother doesn't come, my sister doesn't come, but cousins always said they'd be down here. Been here 20 years and none of them have come down. And that, it kind of stings a little bit for people, but the reality of that, once the spouse is passed, it's harder to keep the place up, So, and you take your memories with you, and you just need to find something that's more manageable for you, something, maybe a condo that you don't have to worry about cutting the grass, which isn't getting any easier either, shoveling the snow, being able to go out. There's some benefits to that smaller property.
How about first-time home buyers?
They're in kind of a bad situation now, unless they've got, they need a good amount of money down. That kind of changes, depends on everybody's situation is different, and we talk about that a lot with the, being pre-approved. Because it's hard to find those houses that come up. There isn't a lot of shopping for them. A house that comes up at under 200 really doesn't last very long. I mean, unless it's just a total wreck. And some of those come up. But they're not looking to take on projects like that generally. They don't have they're still learning. They don't have that skill set from having that first home where you learn how to do things yourself and improve the property and build some equity in it and sell it and move on to the next one. That's always been the American way of how things got done. You started with the little home, fixed it up, made it better for the next guy, sold it, moved into your next home. Those homes that come up that are, like I say, 160, 170, 80, they don't last very long. They're gone.
The interest rates have creeped up, and we'll talk about where they're at today. It sounds like that's going to be the norm for a while.
Yeah, I think we're going to be right in this range here, in the sixes, mid sixes, high sixes right now. And I think that they'll probably, because they haven't really slowed down inflation at all.
No.
You know, the job numbers are still good. I mean, there's everything that they were trying to stop isn't happening. So
including home sales.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, and that's a lot of that has to do with there's not a lot of supply out there. So they're building new homes in other places so that people, so then that kind of slows down the existing market a little bit. The homes that have been there for 20 years, they may not get as many looks as a new home because everybody wants a new shiny whatever it is.
You want the new dime.
Exactly. That's right.
Let's take a look at the interest rates right now.
You know, I do. I got this note from Chris Nassari, and it's his rate, so you can call him, and he'll be happy to help you out. But for a conventional 30-year fixed rate with a 1% origination fee, the interest is 6.125. An FHA with the 1% origination fee is 5.87. That's pretty good, and the RD is also 5.87. A 15-year conventional loan is at 5.5% with the 1% down. VA is also at that 5.87. So all the FHA numbers, FHA, VA, rural, those are all the same, and they're all in that 5.87 with the 1% down. And those numbers change, daily. Sometimes they'll change multiple times within a day. But you can give Chris a call. You know where his office is, over there on Cardinal and 62, and he'll be happy to help you out. Or go to your local banks, go to wherever it is you bank, and say, hey, what can you do for me? I've been a loyal customer for X amount of years. You got my checking account, my savings account, whatever it is you got, and say, what can you do for me? And shop it. Don't be afraid to shop it because it changes, different facilities on different days. Seems like they pick different numbers. So places that we hadn't really used, we had some clients that came in and went to a different bank, and like I said, that we really hadn't used, and we're like, well, okay, great. As long as they can do that, let's go.
Sure.
So, but be pre-approved.
I was just going to say, pre-approval is still key.
Yeah, it is. And when you, to plug Chris or not, but when you walk out of Nassari, you walk out with the golden ticket. You know what you can do, and that's the important part of this. That not just to be like pre-approved, well, I make this much money, I make this. They check and everything is done. So you're right. That's it. It's for you. It's not just for them. It's for you, so that you know what you can do and what you can't do.
It gives you a good sense of buying power.
Exactly. And because we don't want to see people being so home broke that they can't afford to go out. They can't afford to take, they can't afford to go to Branson because, they're so tight on the budget because of the house. You don't want to do that. Be careful with the adjustable rates. That's always going to be a Bob thing because of what we saw in 08 and 09.
Yeah, just flat out stay away from it.
Yeah, that's my opinion. But for some people that know that they're only going to be in a house for a short period of time, they know that they've got a job here for a little while, or they know that their child's going to graduate within a 3-year period. So it may be worth it to take a 5 because you're not going to be in a house that long, but you just don't know what the market's going to be in that 5 years. And the other thing is, these reverse mortgages, please, if you have one, check and make sure that you've been making payments on it. See how much you owe on it. Make sure you know where you're at with it. We've had several very bad experiences with people who took out not really big loans, but they never made a payment on it, and it just turns into a ginormous loan. I mean, I get a woman who can't leave. Because she sells the house, she will have no money to go anyplace else. She wants to go. House is too big. She's living there.
She's stuck.
So have an idea of where the money is going. That's really
We better look at some numbers.
We can do that, I think. Where'd I go? No, I can't. Come back here.
Scooter's talking to himself.
Come on. There we go. This week in real estate. There were 37 new listings came on the market, 2 commercial properties, 9 parcels of land, 26 homes came on the market. The average price coming on the market was $334,000. There were a number of big houses that came on. There were 38 sales, 9 parcels of land, 29 homes sold. They range in price from $94,000 to $405,000, with an average sale price of $217,000, with 67 days on market. Total of $6.3 million in residential real estate closed this week. 5 properties expired, 24 had price changes. Currently, we got about 233 homes around the MLS. Year to date, there's 375 homes have sold for $82 million. Average sale price of $219,000 with 92 days on market. Last year, there had been 486 homes that sold for $107 million. Average sale price was $220,000 with 88 days on market. So the time frame is really short compared to where we've been before. The number of homes is really small compared to where we've been before. You know, it's not unusual to be at 600-700 houses. And that's not just like here in Mount Homer or Baxter. That's Baxter, Marion. It's from, if you can see me, you're probably in our MLS. I mean, that's from southern Missouri all the way down to Marshall to a big degree. So market is moving. It's still moving here. It's a good thing. You know, we're blessed to be able to do that. It's a matter of people wanting to sell here, you know, to list a property, because life happens. Life happens for people that are coming here. Life happens for people that are leaving, you know, whether it's family issues, maybe a loved one that needs care in another area, kids graduating from school and not needing as much home, sickness, death happens, and, you know, life occurrences are there. We're not finding a lot of people that are moving just to move. You know, they're going to leave Southern Meadows to go to Indian Creek, because with the interest rates, it's stopped that, because somebody who's got a 3, 4, or even a 5% doesn't want to take on a 6.5 or 6 3/4. So exceptions are going to, you know, there's always going to be exceptions to that. You know, babies. There's just flat isn't enough room for us in this place anymore. We got to find something closer, but I got a job at the hospital. I need to stay here. So, and those are all things that we take into consider, all things we help people with, all things with too much stuff. We're helping a couple move back to Chicago right now, and they had a lot of stuff. And we helped them cull the herd a little bit, and some of the stuff they're going to take with them, okay. You know.
The fact that you just said that you don't see a lot of people moving from one part of town to the other, but it still happens because some may have lost a loved one and they want to downsize, so they're moving out of the big house at Southern Meadows and moving into a smaller home, or moving out of North Point, moving into a smaller home at Indian Creek. That does happen. There's some new houses being built in Indian Creek right now. Our market is just unique.
Yes, sir.
Because there's still a lot of people moving in and a lot of people moving around.
Yeah, and a lot of the builders got burned in 2008, you know, so you don't see a lot of spec houses that you may have seen before. There's a couple of condos in Big Creek that are that way, but you're not going to see a guy build a $400,000 house and just kind of hope and pray that somebody's going to come by and get it, because it's expensive. You're making that note every month.
Yeah. How'd they get you?
Call my Linda. She's at 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net. But the best thing you can do, truly, call Linda, because she keeps the plates spinning and does all the back of the house stuff that needs to get done. Again, 870-405-0793.
Any local events that y'all are going to be at coming up?
I'm sure.
There's
always. I know there will be a red, white, and blue. I know that I'll be, because I'm going to work with the chamber. I'm going to work the run, the 5K in the morning, and the symphony on Friday night.
Well, there you go.
It's kind of a cool thing. You should get somebody here for that.
The symphony?
Yeah.
We've had them here.
Yeah.
You've been watching This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Friday Sports. See you then.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
a higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home at Letty.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Friday morning sports, and now we're going to change hats for you, Tobias.
Love changing hats.
This is Mr. Tobias Pugsley. He is with Bomber Youth Football, along with other things, and we'll talk about other things later. How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's a good time to be a Bomber.
You know, things are changing in the youth football world, and they're all changes to the good.
I think so. I mean, it's been an interesting off season for youth football. It's been really, really interesting. So last night, I would say it kind of kicked off with the city starting, their flag football league. And it was a really, really great time down there. They're playing at the soccer fields at Raystall. And so they've taken over flag football for this area. And then an organization that I'm really, really proud to be a part of, and that is the Bomber Youth Football League has been started. And what's happened is in the off season, OFA decided to dissolve and not do a league this year. And so Coach Airy identified a need and said, if the school is ever going to be aligned with a youth football league, now is the time. And so it started. A lot of questions started being asked. A lot of people started, meeting and talking and kind of figuring out, well, what does that mean for players? Simultaneously, the Storm that's been around for several years, they were trying to figure out what to do as well, if they were going to have a team or if they were going to consolidate. And what's happened, Bob, is there's now been a full consolidation. All three of those leagues have now come together as one for the Bomber Youth Football League, which we're really excited. And it's been a tremendous effort on a lot of people's part. We've had a ton of community support from sponsorships. We got a couple of naming lead sponsorships. One was made on behalf of the Gridiron Club. We have a really tight alignment with the Gridiron Club, and then hopefully here in a few minutes we'll talk about the steak dinner and some of the things coming there. But so getting some alignment from the youth. And the thought is there, if the youth parents can help, well then on Friday night, the high school, junior high, Thursday night, junior high parents will be able to take off and watch their kids. And then maybe some of those parents will help, and then the youth games, those parents will get to watch their games. So it's all kind of just working together and really just bringing together some consolidation of efforts. Because when we go in the high school level, when we play those dominant programs like Greenwood, one of the common denominators that they have that we don't is a full consolidated program with the school from third grade through. And so, it's going to be really, really exciting. And, we've had really, really great youth football. Don't get me wrong. This area is known for really, really great youth football. The only difference is we finally have that little extra benefit of consolidation and then direct support from Coach Airy and his staff. So now these kids are going to be running the plays and formations that they run on Friday nights. They're going to be learning as young, and I'm excited about that too, because last year my kid was a third grader, this year a fourth grader, and I was always really, really hesitant to let my child play at that age. I know most parents are. It's a safety factor. You see, you hear all the horror stories about concussions and injuries, especially in football. These coaches, just in the little clinic that we've had so far, working with these kids, it's unbelievable. The amount of time and attention to detail that all the coaches have to making sure these kids are taught the right way so that they prevent injuries. They're going to make sure that all the coaches are USA coaching certified, which is just an extra benefit. It's about a half day worth the classes you have to go through that teach you how to keep your head up out of blocks, how to make tackles appropriately without getting injured. Now, is it going to prevent every injury? No, nothing ever is. But if they're taught the right way, then that will transcend across their football career. It'll make them better players, but most importantly, it'll keep them safe.
Now, being an old football player yourself, you were a Yeovil Panther, and then you went on to college and played two different places?
Yes, I played at Arkansas Tech and then finished my career at Evangeline University.
Okay. So I don't care how much teaching they do at the youth level. If you have a chance to tackle somebody, you're not going to think, oh, wait a minute, I got to get lined up. I got to get lined. Oh, I can't do it this way. Oh, I just let them go.
You're right.
That's not going to happen.
You're right.
But if they have the fundamentals driven into their mind, they have an idea how to do it, and then therefore there's a better chance that they won't get hurt.
It is, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with pads and teaching them how to keep their head out of tackles. But one of the interesting things that I've noticed is if you think about it, so when I played football, we had flag football in 5th and 6th grade, and then in 7th grade, you showed up and started playing games with the school, And so what you lose is all of that time to learn and that extra time to learn how to do those little bitty fundamentals right. What I learned when I got onto college is we would sit there and we'd watch hours of film zoomed in on our feet just to make sure that we were stepping properly so that all those mechanics are aligned. And what I realized there is, some of those players that were really, really good in college that I played with, another common thing they had been playing since they were in 3rd and 4th grade, tackle football. So they had all this extra time to learn all those little fine mechanics that, that I come in kind of unpolished. I was just a raw, thumper from Yellville, just trying to make a big hit and or block somebody, and so it does make a difference, and most importantly that they learn the right way. And so I'm excited. In any incoming 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th grader, that's what the grade levels are for. We've pretty much closed sign-ups, but if somebody's watching this today and they're thinking, man, I really wish I would have got my kids signed up, please do. We're going to try not to turn any kids away up until we start at the end of July. But we have had to order our additional equipment that we've needed. Luckily, with the consolidation of the league, we've gotten some donations and purchased some of the stuff from the dissolving leagues. So we had a little bit to start with, and we had to go through all that. Brent Eden's our board president, and Sam Simer, I believe, were sloughing it out in the heat, going through all of these helmets and shoulder pads and seeing what still graded, still had life on it, that's still usable, and what's not. And then we took our numbers. Right now we're setting, I believe, about 230 kids roughly. We've planned for about enough equipment for about 250, just in case. But it's exciting. we coming out of the gate, one of the things that was really scary as coming onto a new board like that was that you need a lot of money really quickly, and you don't necessarily, nobody knows what you're doing or who you are, and so that was a little bit of a challenge, but we had some great sponsors step up throughout the community. And we'll have a banner, and we'll start posting those on our Facebook page and stuff too. But BarmerYouthFootballLeague.com, it's a website you can go to. You can still sign your player up there. If you're a sponsor and you'd like to be involved in a really, really great effort to help build young men and women of the community, please consider sponsorship. We also let individuals sponsor. For 300 kids, for $300 you can sponsor a kid, and that includes their helmet, shoulder pad, jersey. So we do let individuals, if they want to just make a donation.
We'll talk some more about all that here in just a moment. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Friday Sports. Tobias Pugsley with me, Mountain Home Bomber Youth Football. It's not Mountain Home Bomber Youth Football, it's just Bomber Youth Football.
Bomber Youth Football.
And the web address is BomberYouthFootballLeague.com. And Scooter, if you can pull that up for us.
Got it.
Check it up on there. Players can sign up.
You got a sign up spot right here and sponsorship here. Let's see what happens when we click that. Different levels of sponsorship.
Yeah.
Title sponsor, you say you've got a couple of those this year?
Yeah, Clay Maxey and then the Gridiron Club both were title sponsors. We really appreciate that. We had to, when we budgeted out the additional equipment that we would need, paying refs, all the things, it totaled about $35,000 is what we needed. And I'm happy to say we're pretty close to that, and it was raised in about a month. We've got a great board. I think I've already mentioned Britt Eden's our president and Sam Seimer, our vice president, but also Heather Loftus, Sarah Blagg, Matt DeMint, and Tasha Forbes have spent an enormous amount of time with Coach Airy and some of the other coaches in a room up in the top of the field house, hashing this thing out, figuring out how we're going to do, what league we're going to be a part of, listening to some great people that have been involved with the programs in the past. Give us some guidance and direction, but we're really excited.
There's a picture of the new jersey that will be for the youth league.
You talk about some excitement. We revealed that on Facebook, and the kids started going nuts. I mean, they are so excited about. We're looking at probably a blue-on-blue uniform. We've got 2 teams for each grade right now, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and I believe we'll try to do white helmets, but I think we've got some donated black helmets. So we decided for the first couple of years while we're we might have a few in different colors, but everybody will be in the same sticker, and that's all that matters. We'll all be Bombers at heart.
Things like this, the changes that are being made in the youth program, don't happen without community involvement. And through your day job, which is what?
So I'm now the Vice President of Marketing and Communications over at Baxter Health.
And you deal with this type of thing every day, making sure that the Baxter Health brand is out there in front of thousands and thousands of people. Like I said, the transition from an OFA and from the Storm combining is to become one with Bomber Youth Football. That doesn't happen without the community support and the awareness that is brought out to the community through a web page, through word of mouth, through people like the board you just mentioned, coming across and talking to different people to get the involvement. How well received has this been by the community?
For those that know about it, I think that it's been pretty well received. I think there was some hesitation at first, but as people have seen, as we did our little mini camp, and as they've seen, Coach Airie's involvement, as they've seen the school be alongside us, and so I think that it's been well received. And I think it's really it's just like every youth sport, it's all going to come to fruition the first game, because I've always been a fan of things that are really well organized. That parents show up, that the games start on time, that players stay safe, and that everybody has a good time. It's all about the experience. And so I think that'll be the true test. That first opening game, we're still working on that schedule. We've got a lot of questions. When are you guys going to start playing? We're working on that right now, and as soon as we can, we'll publish it. But we do have dates for any parents of players that might be listening or watching. We are going to start that last week of July. It looks like there's going to be a coaches clinic. And let me plug this too. I think everybody thinks that we've got all the coaches spots lined up, and we've had some great coaches on the roster, but we can always use more coaches. We'd really like to have 3 coaches for each team, and we have 6 teams, so that's a lot of coaches. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be involved, we are taking applications. There's an application process. Coach Airie does review those applications along with the committee, and we want to make sure it's a right fit. We want to make sure that coach can pass a background check. We want to make sure that's a safe coach for your child. But please, if you can and you have the time, please sign up to do that. You can do that on our website as well. And then that next week, the week of the 24th of July, we're going to start off with a parent meeting at 5:30 on the 24th, and then that week is going to be player skills camp. They do require us to practice so long without pads before we can put the kids in pads, mm-hmm. and then so we're going to start doing that in July. I tell you what, Coach Airie is fired up. He gets what I've noticed and what I've learned about him in this small amount of time is what gets him going is the kids out there working, and so he's excited to get them in that first week, and then we're going to end that week with a team cookout and start to build that camaraderie. One of the things that we want to make sure is that these kids grow up realizing that they're Bombers. So we're going to try to be careful about them playing each other. We want them to play competition and realize at the end of the day, when they get in 7th grade, they're all going to lace up that Bomber blue and be on that same team. And, we've used the hashtag #OneBomber, but what that really means is we've talked to Airie and explored this. Some of our best players, Robert Dover, I think that's a household name everybody knows. But he comes from Gainesville, right? So the reach of Mountain Home and pulling these kids in, and that's what we want these parents to realize. This isn't just for people that live in Mountain Home. You may live in Cotter, you may live in North Fork, you may live in Gainesville, and if you want to come be a part of a really, really great youth football league, please come give us a shot.
Yeah, over the years we've had players come as far from Marshall. Even though Marshall had a youth league down there of their own, we've had several parents that would drive them up and participate in what was back then Mountain Home Youth Football. And we've had players at Calico Rock. We've had several come from Gainesville. In fact, we had the Peters boys came down from Gainesville, and they ended up moving into Mountain Home School District so they could go to school and play sports, not only football but basketball as well, for Mountain Home. So it turns out really, really nice. And the opportunity to go on beyond, one bit of credit that I like to give Coach Airy is you can go back a number of years, and I can go back as far as 1972 when I speak of this. Coach Airy has put more student athletes in this next level of football than any coach that I can think of combined, any group of coaches combined, in just 3 years. And it's not just about football, it's about the education and the ability that football has given all those student athletes over the last 3 years that Coach Airy's helped do that, help their parents financially, get them scholarships, get those kids playing the next level. Yeah. You know, the education is very important.
Oh,
playing
very
football
important.
is just a byproduct.
Well, it's intangibles. I mean, think about, put yourself in the seat of a college recruiter or your coach trying to go out and find good players. They need to be able to do all the intangibles right. I need to know they're going to show up for workouts. I need they're going to show up for class and make good grades. I can teach them football. I can make them good football players, but they need to take care of the other stuff themselves. And I think that's what Airy is instilling in these players, and that's why you see so many go on is these college coaches trust Airy. They know the work ethic that he is going to desire. So if you want to play with Airy, there's a certain level. You know, he's got a really great connection with some coaches at Evangel and some guys that we have similar contacts with, and they know the quality and the caliber that if Airy vouches for a player, what they're going to get. And that starts in the weight room, it starts at the table with what they eat, and it starts with the practice and how they move. And he does a good job of putting some of these players together, and it's really exciting. I'm excited about what some of them are going to do, and I'm really excited for the season coming too for the high school team. I think they're going to do some big things.
Let's take a minute and talk real quick about the Gridiron Club. They are a name sponsor or top-level sponsor for the for the Bomber Youth Football Program. They've got a big event coming up in August as well. It's this annual steak dinner and auction.
Steak dinner.
And it's going to be a good time.
You know, last year was the first year I had an opportunity to go, and it was a great time. I mean, that players serving and, you know, great door prizes. You know, they had auction items, all kinds of good stuff. So I know that's in the planning phase right now, and that's something that the youth football program wanted to be really, really aligned with our, you know, with our gridiron, with our football booster, so to speak. And so being able to be a part of that steak dinner, I'm looking forward to it. And then they've changed up the form for the Gridiron Club. You know, now you can get your steak dinner table, your seat. And I don't know if you've seen that or not, but the Gridiron Club, now you're going to be able to get dedicated seats in the stadium that they're going to set up ahead of time. So you'll be able to get that and your VIP parking all on the same order sponsorship form, which is exciting, you know, because now it's kind of a – but I'm excited about steak dinner. It is. I'm excited about – I mean, I'm always happy about steak dinner. But whenever it's for a good cause like Mountain Home Football, it makes it even better.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk real quick about the rebranding of Baxter Regional Medical Center over to Baxter Health. And I know that this is a sports show, but you guys are doing a major changeover. We've only got about a minute left. So.
Yeah, it's been a major changeover, and it's been slow. And we told people from the beginning, you know, we're going to do this in the most fiscally responsible way possible. And so in August, technically, will be the date that the hospital will change over to Baxter Health. And we've been prepping a lot of things. And so if you see something out there that's still Baxter Regional, bear with us. We're getting it changed. We're just trying to do it and be responsible for those dollars because, you know, we get a lot of community support and a lot of community dollars. So we try to be really good stewards of that.
And it takes a lot of money to change something like that.
It does. And so we're trying to change it as it's needed or as it gets re-credentialed. So like we said, it's going to be a 3 to 5 year process. And luckily we had a lot of things that were getting ready to have to be changed anyway. So we were able to just change it in the new stuff. So it's been
right along.
Yes, sir.
Again, BomberYouthFootballLeague.com is the website. Several things that are coming up. Coaches Clinic on the 17th, Parents Meeting on the 24th. Player Skill Camp the 24th through the 28th, and then a team cookout on the 28th. These are all things happening in July.
And the only thing we're missing, Bob, is we've had a special request that the only thing that will cap this thing off is if Bob Rechtenwald will come and be the voice of the plays, booming from the stands. So we're hoping we can talk you into that.
We'll work on that. With that, it's time for us to go. We'll see you Monday watching the morning show on XL7-TV.